By now you've heard that Joe Cigar Smoking Burrow is done for the season with a torn ligament in his wrist. He'll be out for the year. Not only are we going to be talking about that, the impact of that to a lot of fantasy lineups. Quarterback, what do? You have Joe Burrow. You have no backup, or hey, I've got this backup. Will this backup be okay for my fantasy football season go forward? But what is the impact of Joe Burrow's out for the season news to Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, and other players involved? We're going to break this down and more. This somber live stream. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday,
8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
Very somber news we have to report here today. Joe Burrow, as Mark Andrews as well, out for the season. This video is going to be about Joe Burrow. I might end this live stream in like 20-30 minutes and go live immediately on Mark Andrews, because I like to keep the videos compartmentalized so that everybody can find them, get the information they need in a short little dosage. But this is somber. This is just more injury. And if we look at this tweet from Adam Schefter, list of significant quarterback injuries this season: Joe Burrow, wrist, done for the year; Deshaun Watson, shoulder, done for the year; Kirk Cousins, Achilles, done for the year; Daniel Jones, knee; Anthony Richardson, shoulder, done for the year; Aaron Rodgers kicked it all off, Achilles, done for the year. This is one of the most brutal fantasy football seasons we've seen in a while. The weird thing is these aren't new injuries, but new injuries in terms of the wave of them, the amount of Achilles injuries, the amount of injuries just shoulder related. Like it comes in waves, and we're not seeing as many ACL tears as we have in the past. We're seeing more Achilles and injuries like that, calf injuries sometimes leading to Achilles injuries. Calf injuries and Achilles injuries are the new ACL. It's crazy how it comes in waves. But this is devastating to every single one of you out there that has Joseph Cigar Smoking Burrow as your top signal caller. Now, hopefully some of you have Stroud, some of you have Brock Purdy, some of you have Sam Howell, some of you have quarterbacks of that tier ranking, and you can throw that quarterback in and just pray everything else lines up and you go for your championship. But if you are in a dilemma, there are quarterbacks to be had out there. Tua Tagovailoa, if I had to say, is probably the absolute best go-get quarterback at the cost of entry right now, because he is probably the only quarterback out there that is very attainable. People very worried about his schedule. People very worried about whether he can produce top 5, 6, 7 quarterback numbers. And I feel like he is the only top 4 to 6 quarterback available in 2023 week number 12 on. 11 on. I think this is the only quarterback that's attainable. So if you're trying to go make waves, not just replace your quarterback Joe Burrow with Brock Purdy, not just replace your quarterback Joe Burrow with Sam Howell. We say that lightly because Sam Howell's been dropping loads all over the place. And you ask, why am I standing? Why am I clapping over that? Because Joe Burrow, I'm sorry, Sam Howell was one of the most talked about players on this channel from a super flex perspective. Now, let's be fair. So was Jordan Love. My 2 win a league super flex wait on a second quarterback draft strategies was Jordan Love. And of course that isn't working out. It still could do better, and Sam Howell. So Sam Howell to the moon. Sam Howell's playing like a top 5 quarterback right now. We're 11 weeks into football. We're 10 weeks in. We're going into 11. This is a quarterback that's hanging with the top 4 to 6. If you've got Sam Howell, you could stand down and say, "I'll go with Sam. I'll roll with Sam." But I think Tua is the best quarterback to go get in fantasy football 2023 week 11 on, because he has, in my book, go forward top 4 to 6 value. I don't know if Sam Howell is going to be top 5, top 6 going forward. I know he's played that way. We've enjoyed it. Again, Sam Howell. I mean, we've enjoyed what Sam Howell's brought to the table. But Tua is the answer for a lot of you. And you can bring me your Tua trade questions. Honestly, it all depends. You're at the mercy of what the Tua owner has on their roster. Is Tua available? I don't know. Does the Tua owner have Stroud? Then you are in luck. Does the Tua owner have another quarterback to the tune of someone that's in the top 5 or 6? You are in luck. Does the Tua owner have nobody else? They're not going to trade you Tua Tagovailoa. So everything matters. And what Ray's saying here, as Ray calls him Tia's schedule is tough. That's part of the point. That's part of why I think people are going to say, maybe 4 to 6 can't be possible. Tough schedule. Guess what? I invite tough schedule. Bring it on. Tia doesn't mind. Tua doesn't mind. Tia and Tua don't mind. So, Ray, I appreciate the comment and good rebuttal so that I can go and say, doesn't matter. Insignificant to me, because guess what? He's going to play up to his competition. Guess what? This Miami Dolphin attack is different. It is explosive. It's getting back Devon Achane. Devon Achane is the equivalent to Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins as a Diggs would be to the Buffalo Bills. As a potential Christian McCaffrey or Debo and Ayuk together would be to the Niners system, and so on and so on. So everyone can judge Tua for what Tua's been not doing lately and what the Miami Dolphins have not been doing lately, how bad they played against a good competition, but they've been without their number one star player outside of Tyreek Hill, a guy that equally kind of impacts the team near as much as Tyreek Hill in some degree. Tyreek Hill has actually been greatly impacted by the absence of Devon Achane. Devon Achane coming back might fix Tyreek Hill's mini little drought. Tyreek Hill might pop off in a major way the very second Devon Achane hits the field. So this is, I just want everybody to understand something. This is special. This is special, as Kentucky Boy just said right here. This is an elite offense. And for people that don't really feel like they can define, or they feel like they can define what's going on here based on what's been happening, you can't define it. You can't define it. What we have seen out of Miami Dolphins has not been what it's going to be. They're getting a top 5 overall player injected back into their lineup. And now is the time to buy on Tua Tagovailoa. I'm telling you right now. Now, as for Burrow, okay, you lost Burrow, you have nobody, you're going after Tua. You have Burrow, you have Howell, you're going to start Howell. You have Burrow, you have Fields, you go with Fields. You have whatever, Purdy, you go with Purdy. If you see a guy like Purdy on waivers, you got to take him. You got a full load drop right now. If you see a player like, I mean, you can throw some examples at me. Fields might be attainable if the Fields owner's already moved on. Like, think about it from this perspective. Fields has been out a while. His owner has either adapted to a new situation or then they've been losing, right? So they have a new quarterback in place. Maybe they have Howell. Maybe they made a trade. Maybe they picked up a Brock Purdy. My guess is the two most vulnerable teams in terms of you acquiring a player to help you out if you are quarterbackless right now because of this injury. You did not prepare well enough. Then the teams you need to go after are Tua Tagovailoa, Sam Howell, because Sam Howell might be popping off on someone's bench. They either want to get rid of their other quarterback and keep Howell, or they want to get rid of Howell because they're tired of looking at the dilemma. Understand, if you got Howell and another quarterback, you have a dilemma you don't like, and you want to get rid of it. So there's that. Brock Purdy's kind of another interesting one. But Sam Howell, Tua Tagovailoa, and then who was the other one I was just going to say? Yeah, Dobbs is also another interesting, play because Dobbs going for it. Stroud as well. So anybody who has Stroud might have not drafted Stroud as their starter. So you have an opportunity to go to their quarterback that they have, their backup quarterback. So make those moves, make those requests in here. We'll try and figure out the dilemma for you. But what do you do if you own Jamar Chase? I mean, I hate to break it to everybody, but he is not a top 3, top 4, top 5 wide receiver the rest of the season. Jamar Chase probably, if I had to guess, if we're trying to rank where we put Jamar Chase going forward, thank you, Kentucky. Appreciate you. Jamar Chase was inside the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide receivers. Not any longer. He's now not a top 5 wide receiver. Is he in the 6 to 10 bucket? This is going to be painful to hear. I'm not sure. I'm not sure consistency-wise he's like in this territory. Could he like kind of float in between this area and that area? Yeah. Do I think he's more subject to an occasional touchdown instead of a lock for almost a touchdown a game, and subject to having 70 yards on the semi-regular, 70 to 80 yards, no touchdowns? That could be where he floats. I don't know that he's guaranteed a top 10 wide receiver spot go forward. I'm not talking about season stats. I'm talking about right here, right now, going forward. I don't know. And if you traded for him, it is what it is. It sucks. I don't know that you can get rid of him and trade him away for like somebody even in some sort of questionable, situation. Like, could you trade Jamar Chase right now to an ambulance chasing fantasy football mindset and say, hey, give me Debo and Keaton Mitchell, and let me see if I can do something with the Keaton Mitchell part. And a lot of people are going to crap on Keaton Mitchell all week long. Smitty, he crapped the bed. Smitty, I can't believe you liked Keaton Mitchell this week. Keaton Mitchell was very, 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 very much defined as a super high risk, super high reward play this week. We knew the caveat. The caveat was the elephant was in the room. The caveat was on the table. We discussed it. He was super high risk, super high reward, and he crapped the bed. But that doesn't mean he's going to necessarily go away. So there are creative ways to get rid of Jamar Chase, but they're going to be extremely tough. And so if you said, hey, I'll give you my Jamar Chase, and you give me, let's say you've got a plethora of running backs, you got tons of RBs, maybe you can get a Breece Hall, and you take a swing that his schedule's opening up, he's about to explode, this owner has tons of running backs, you're making some sort of lateral move. You've got to do something like that. There's no real other way. You're not going to be able to go walk into a Stephon Diggs and go, I'll give you my Chase for Diggs. They're going to laugh in your face. You're not going to walk into a St. Brown. They're going to laugh in your face. They're going to say, hell to the no. We're not doing that, Smitty. So you have to get creative. And while normally trading a wide receiver across position for a scarcity of RB doesn't make a lot of sense because people aren't trading RBs, this might make sense. Go get a struggling player. Maybe you can go to the Pollard owner and say, you know what, I'll give you Chase and Pollard, or I'll give you Chase, you give me Pollard plus a wide receiver, and you somehow find a way out of that situation. I'm not saying you have to get rid of Chase. I'm just saying I don't know how valuable Chase is going to be, and part of me would want to explore what kind of crazy, weird trades I could do that might help me get out of this situation. I know that, and here's this report here. I know everybody's kind of like wondering what Jake Browning, who looked pretty good, can do, how much value he can bring to the table for the entire offense. But Jake Browning probably is not going to get it done the way we want. But maybe somehow, some way, Jamar Chase, and that's why I'm giving everyone this little, here's 1, here's 10, here's 11, 11, 12, 13. Chase is going to be in this territory. I'm not saying he's not top 10. I'm saying he's going to float in this territory, in my opinion. He'll have games here, maybe when Browning's doing good. He'll have games here when he has just 70 yards and no touchdowns. He'll be here when he's got 65 and 1 tutty. I don't know that we're going to see a lot of Jamar Chase games where Burrow's laser locking on him and gives him that 120 and 2 TDs. I don't feel like we'll see any of those. Maybe we could. You never know. But it feels like 65 and a touch will be a very, very promising day out of Jamar Chase moving forward on his promising day type performances. So we'll have to see where this goes from here. As far as Mixon, they're going to up his usage for sure. Will he see more stacked boxes? Yeah. So will his yards per carry go down? Probably. Will his yardage and touchdown opportunities go up? Probably. Will that balance out? Probably a little bit, but I think that Mixon probably sees something along the lines of this. Let's say Mixon's, if we charted this out, this is week 1, this is week 8, this is week 17, this is a 10 out of 10, this is a 0. Mixon's probably been playing like around this territory, and lately he's been kind of creeping up a little bit, right? I think that he probably levels out and plays kind of the way he's been playing, but I don't think he goes down. I think, he's going to be focused on by defenses. He's going to have less yards per carry, but his volume is going to be pretty established and pretty relied upon. I think he's probably going to be at least where he's at right now. I don't think he falls. I think if anything, he could potentially see more touchdowns. But, man, this has been devastating. These quarterback injuries have been madness. Look at this. Joe Burrow, wrist, done. Deshaun Watson, shoulder, done. Kirk Cousins, Achilles, done. Daniel Jones, knee. Anthony Richardson, shoulder, done. Aaron Rodgers, Achilles, done. And this is just the quarterbacks. We've been hit with injury like crazy this season. It's been absolutely insane. And we take a look at this one right here. Top paid quarterbacks in the National Football League. The highest paid QBs in terms of guaranteed money in current contracts are now out for the season. Deshaun Watson, $230 million guaranteed. Joe Burrow, $209 million guaranteed. Unbelievable. This is a report here from Schefter talking about Burrow being out for the season. This right here was talking about the torn ligament MRI. He had an MRI this morning. Jake Browning, who finished last night, is his backup torn ligament in the wrist. We saw Joe Burrow try to go out and throw a couple passes. If anybody was watching that game on the sideline, he was sitting there and he threw this pass on the sideline, mind you, not some sort of bullet on the field or whatever. He literally, while he was trying to release it, just let go and just kind of like collapsed his arm, and then he leaned down, and then he almost immediately, if he didn't throw another attempt and did the same thing, ran to the locker room. And that, we knew it was bad, but he did come back out onto the field. Didn't look to be in tremendous pain. Wasn't wearing any sort of device. And then we thought, maybe there's hope. Maybe it's strained. Maybe the ligament's strained. But reported popping. Ligaments pop when they rupture, when there's a tear. And so torn ligament in the wrist, done for the season. What are the odds that this is impacting down the road? I don't know. I think he'll probably be able to recover fully, but this sucks that he's had 2 major, injuries so far. It does make you question a little bit going forward, especially from a dynasty perspective, especially from a perspective of like trust factor walking into remaining seasons. As much as we are a big Joe Burrow community here, we love cigar smoking Joe Burrow. It does make me have some hesitation. He's had the calf injury. He's had the ACL. I'm not saying the ACL is necessarily his fault. He's had the calf injury, the ACL. Now he's had the wrist. Jamar Chase constantly getting banged up and now constantly facing adversity with his quarterback situation. I don't know how much I'm trusting, and I'm just being honest right now. Maybe I'm going to change my mind in the offseason. I don't know that I will. I don't know how excited I'm going to be from a fantasy perspective with this stack over other stacks, or Burrow over. Now, anybody could get hurt. Hurts is playing injured right now. Mahomes has been banged up and can't even play through the flu when he's sick, apparently. There's a lot of reasons to be concerned about every quarterback. Lamar Jackson got injured last night, scrambling around on an injured leg, playing on an injured leg, has still, in my opinion, not a fully 100% PCL, and I don't think he ever will. And people can at me if they want, but his PCL had almost a grade 3 tear. There's a lot of concern with every quarterback, but right now I'm a little concerned about how I'm going to feel walking into 2024 about Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase being consistent enough for an entire season. It is what it is. It's bad. So we'll take some phone calls. I got some super chats. Let me get the super chats out of the way here. Young traded Burrow for Swift a week ago. That was, at the time, that was maybe not enough in return, but it looked like it worked out for you. Young, first super chat of the day, gets a standing O.
Mashed potatoes.
That's my boy Young. Appreciate Young. Young, nice move at the end of it all, bro. Charles Smitty, I had Burrow and Kyler, but it's picking up Dorian Thompson-Robinson. That's a good pickup. Dorian Thompson-Robinson is not a bad pickup. I think Kyler is a great play. Kyler's another quarterback. If you need quarterbacks, these are the quarterbacks. Let me put it on screen versus the marker board so they can stay on screen. QBs to trade for. We'll put this on screen here, and we'll keep a little tally here. And we'll go ahead and rock out. If you can mute real quick while I continue on, and then I'll come to you in a second. We got. Let's see. We're gonna go Kyler. Kyler is a fantastic quarterback. We'll put Kyler on here. Kyler's great. Tua is probably my favorite, but we'll put Kyler right here. Tua Tagovailoa is probably my next top player to go get. Howell is up there too, but I'd say if I had to, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say Kyler and Tua are my two favorite. And Tua being my number one favorite go-get quarterback. So quarterbacks to trade for right there. To pick up Dorian Thompson. O'Connell still might be out there. Purdy's out there in some leagues, but he would be another good quarterback to trade for. The situation's pretty good. But Dorian Thompson-Robinson's pretty good. DTR, as we call him. DTR is a good pickup. G-Dog. Pollard and Garrett Wilson for Gibbs and Jacobs, or just hold. Pollard and Garrett Wilson for Gibbs or Jacobs. No, that's too much for me, bro. I mean, if you were getting like an Eckler, that'd be one thing. You were getting somebody around that Achane. But Pollard and Garrett Wilson is still a lot. I don't know that I'm giving that up for just Gibbs or just Jacobs. But it also depends on your depth. If you've got depth for days and this doesn't hurt you at the end of the day, then it's different. Do I trade Chase and Swift for Debo and Achane? If you like winning, you make that trade, Top Gun. That would be a fantastic maneuver. I don't even know if you could pull that off. If you pull that off, that'll be insane. Love you, Smitty. Trade Bijan and Keenan for CD and Breece Hall. Appreciate you. Bijan Keenan for CD Breece Hall. Give me CD and Breece Hall, my guy. They're a much better option at this current moment in time. Oscar with a $10 hauler. Oscar, $10 haulers get moonshots, my man. Appreciate you very much. What's good, Hermano? The Achane owner is in my league. Will only budget for Chase. Yeah, you do that. I mean, like I just said, like, bro, I was just telling you how to get something way below Achane. You get Achane for Chase, you smash it. Call in later for advice. Absolutely. Oscar, if you get Achane, look, you're not going to get try. I dare you. I dare you go get Achane for your Jamar Chase right now. If you pull it off, it's a miracle. Trade Evans for JJ. I would take JJ even with the concern, John. I guess if you weren't going to make the playoffs, if JJ didn't touch the field for 3 weeks or 1 week or whatever, I would second guess it maybe. But in a vacuum, I'm taking JJ.
To the moon.
Robert with the $20 hauler. My boy Robert. Trade Olave for Chase. I mean, that's about where Chase's value is right now. So I don't know that's arguable. Maybe I'd rather have Chase in that situation, but it's arguable. Weeks and JJ might not play, so might need to start 3 players between Chandler, Guyton, Rondell Moore, and Wan'Dale Robinson. That's a tough one, bro. And I don't even know what we would pick there. We'll have to address that later in the week. But I mean, Chandler is definitely a lock there. But as far as that's a tough one. As far as that trade, I'd probably say I lean Chase. But that's pretty close, bro. If you can mute yourself, Terrell, real quickly, please, and I'll come to you in a second. Nice That's tough between the wide receivers. Should we sell Higgins? I would. He's a wide receiver 3 at best right now when he's ready and healthy. So you get a Deebo Samuel, smash. You get a Pollard, throw in a little more, and I'd even trade a little more with Higgins to get Pollard. Pollard is probably the best. If I had to tell anybody to make a maneuver right now, it would probably be, honestly, take a gamble on Pollard. Not saying straight up. I'm saying if you got Jamar Chase and Burrow's, out for the season now, so you got a different Jamar Chase today than you did yesterday. I'm not saying to take just Pollard. He's very doubted right now. I'm saying take Pollard and a player. I'm saying take Deebo and Pollard and turn that into a glorious little maneuver that has some risk involved for sure. But that's what I would do. Traded Mixon Flowers for Achane Devonta Smith. I think that's a smash. I think you blasted him to pieces on that one. That's a got him moment.
Got him.
This one right here, 1 PPR Kamara or Gibbs and Warren. I lean Gibbs and Warren right now. I love Kamara. I love both of them, but you get that Warren action on top. Warren's really good addition. Amon-Ra for Hawkinson and Pittman. I'd rather have Amon-Ra, and it's not even close, Samuel. Rock out, you're live. What can I do for you?
Yeah, would you trade Ferguson and McLaurin for Tua?
Ferguson and McLaurin for Tua. I would take Tua in a heartbeat. If you are the Joe Burrow owner, you're devastated with injury, you need to make a move, I would take, that is the definition of a steal in my opinion, given the situation and context right now. That is a fantastic move for sure.
I could also, for a lesser trade, I could do Ferguson for Purdy.
I don't think McLaurin, you're going to miss McLaurin so much that you don't get that Tua upgrade. I like both of them. Like in a vacuum, I'm taking one of them, but I'm taking Tua. I think Tua has the ability. Could he crap the bed? Is his schedule tough? Could he get one hit to the head and be out for the year? I absolutely still think that's capable. But could Tua produce top 4 to 6 quarterback numbers? Yes. Will Purdy? Probably not. Could he be 6 to 10? I guess it's possible, sure, for a short period of time. He could do it from weeks, let's say 13, 14, 15, 16, or whatever. Anything can happen, but give me Tua, bro. You might not miss a beat if you put Tua in there. That's league saving to me. At least an attempt at it, a good attempt at it.
Yeah, and he also has Murray, Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I'd rather have Tua. Give me Tua.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, rock out to the moon. Call back if you have another one. Let's go over to Donnie Bravo. Donnie Bravo, you are live.
Hey, Smitty, I just lost Burrow. I do have Fields, but I'm looking to also add a backup QB, or at least maybe a starter. I'm looking to either buy Stroud, Goff, or Howell, and I'm looking to give up Ingram because I'm good at tight end.
Well, it's a cute idea that you think you're going to get Stroud for that, but
I actually might be able to get that done, but I just wanted to see if
might.
you prefer. No, seriously, I might be able to get.
I'm saying might. The keyword's might.
He's the Andrews owner.
The keyword's might. The keyword's might though. Go do it. Go do it. If you get that, bro, come back. We'll punch the got him button for you. But like, I mean, Ingram is going to get you Stroud. Stroud's playing out of his mind. Go do that. I do that right now. And then you have Kyler. Now you either just sit tight and keep the depth because quarterbacks are dropping like flies, or now you trade Kyler to somebody that's. Fields. Trade Fields to somebody that needs a quarterback. Because, dude, everybody needs a quarterback right now, practically. I don't think my
Stroud the most out of those three?
I don't think my volume's there anymore. Hold on. Do I like Stroud the most out of those 3? Of course I do. Yeah.
All right, I'll come back and I'll let you know if I got it done.
Yeah, let us know. We'd definitely be interested to know if you pull that off. Appreciate you, man.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Yeah. All right, let's go over to Sebastian from Cali. You got I don't know, 30 or so. I'll give you a little extra time.
Question. I want to ask you, did this veto just lose me my league? Context is I'm in a Dynasty Superflex with Mahomes and Lamar. It was about week 4 or so. I did Ayuk for JSN and Kyler because I knew injury was going to strike eventually. And they vetoed that trade, and I just lost Andrews for the whole season, and I was going to get ready to ship Lamar either for like a JJ or a Brees or a Gibbs or something like that, 1-for-1, because it is super flex.
You're kind of all over the place.
Do you think that veto?
You're kind of all over the place here. You're asking me, did the veto hurt you? Yes. No one should be vetoing. That's a stupid veto. You should be able to get whatever you want. Like, that's not a bad... The trade you just said, Ayuk, for what?
For JSN and Kyler.
Like, how do you veto that?
I don't know. They did it twice because I did one with draft picks and one without a pick swap.
Yeah, I mean, how do you I don't even know which side they're vetoing. Like, how do you tell somebody JSN's not going to come on and be a league winner later? How do you tell somebody Kyler's not going to save
Ayuk was worth too much. Because they're like, oh,
he's up
Kyler's
and
going to be
down
out all year. He's not worth anything.
He's up and down, bro. Like, what are they talking about? Yeah, it's stupid, man. I
leave that league for that move.
Leave the league? I wouldn't play in a league where they're gonna keep preventing me from dominating them on trades. This is a stupid veto. You tell your commissioner that's the worst commissioning I've seen in a long time. Disgusting.
Yeah, I know. I was ready to ship Lamar for any player I wanted. But
yeah, you tell him it's disgusting. And you can call him on three-way. Call him on three-way. Let's get him on the ringer. I'll tell him.
I'll try right now.
All right. All right. Put him. Put it on mute. Call him. Or okay, you just hung up. Call him and then call me on three-way. He's not going to want to be put on the spot. He's gonna tuck his tail and run. Terrell, you're live.
Hey, what's up, Smitty?
What's up?
So, I'm just driving a couple hours right now, so I'm on the road. Figured I'd call in. I was wondering, Sunday, I'm still trying to do the weather, so I'm going to call in.
All right.
To do the weather.
All right.
All right.
Well, we'll need you.
You just gotta open the phone. You gotta open the phone line.
I have them open for the most part, so
Sunday morning.
yeah. Call in Sunday. We'll do it. What else you got for me, real quickly?
All right. I gotta start at A-Chain or Calvin standard.
A-Chain who?
A Chisel
And who?
and Calvin Ridley.
What's your question?
Standard.
What's your question?
Come on, it's debatable.
No, it's not. If he's playing though, like let's say he's not playing, or they say he's going to be on a big snap count, but like this is a player that was getting between 38 and 54% of the snap share anyway. So it's not like he's coming in and taking on, like we're expecting him to get 90% of the snap share in order to do what he was doing. Like that 38%, 45% is easy to take on your first game back. I get it. Like, and do I want you to sit Ridley? I'm not saying that. But this is your running back one on your team. Why are we having this conversation? You should be having this conversation about another player, Ridley, and who's your running back two, who's your flex, why are we talking about your running back one?
That is my flex. I'm starting Brian Robinson and Javonte Williams. I love Javonte Williams and Brian Robinson. How are those not your conversation piece, bro? What are you talking about? Brian Robinson and Javonte are fine players. But those are not your running back one and running back two. Put some respect on Achan's name.
Finish him. Call terminated.
I thought he was going to say something like, Smitty, I'm in a grandma league. I got Eckler, and I got Achan cheap. I picked him up in week 2. But no, he comes at saying, oh, no, yeah, he is my flex. And I love Javonte. And respect to Brian Robinson, what he's doing. But he says, I got Brian Robinson and Javonte. Achan is my flex. This man doesn't appreciate what he has. And he's our weatherman? How can I trust the weather with you, bro? How can I trust the weather with you when you view B-Rob as an equal to Achan? Jason, you're live.
Hey, Smitty. I just got 2 questions regarding 2 different leagues for full PPR. The first one is I'm looking to trade away Ramondre Stevenson or DeAndre Swift and trying to target either Devonta Smith, Deebo Samuel, or Kirk to upgrade my wide receivers.
Well, Kirk isn't even remotely close to those other receivers. Like, it's like saying I want to go get a $20 bill, you know, a 20 and a 10, and then there's a $5 bill sitting there. Which one should I get? Like, I'm not saying Kirk's garbage, but I'm just saying you want to trade Stevenson and Swift. You're trying to get a receiver like Kirk isn't Kirk's good, but I don't know if I watch Kirk go off the rest of the season. He's gonna be a top 7 wide receiver going forward. But it was Devonta Smith.
Maybe.
Devonta Smith. Who else?
It was Devonta Smith or Deebo as well.
Yeah, I mean
one of them.
Doesn't mean I don't like Kirk. I'm just saying this is a different tier of wide receiver right here. I would definitely trade, and you're trying to trade both of them for one. Is that what you're saying?
No, one or the other, Swift or Ramondre Stevenson.
Okay.
For one of them.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, you probably will only get a Kirk for Stevenson, but just the question of, like, you know, deciding which ones I want. Kirk is the third. You know, he's the guy I want least. But I would say, you know, Stevenson for Kirk isn't crazy if you have to go that route. Swift for Kirk, no, thank you. I'll rather ride out the chance that Swift breaks through this little near, not rookie wall, but you know, he's not a rookie, but he's facing a similar wall that rookies face when they take on volume for the first time. So he's kind of having a struggle bus moment right now. But I'd take the chance he breaks through it versus get a Kirk. But, like, would I trade Swift for Smith? Absolutely. Would I trade Swift for Deebo? 100%. Would I give Stevenson up too to get one of those? You know, it depends if they could give me something back. But, I mean, I don't think it's crazy to ask for a Cooper Kupp for both these guys. If they'll say the Cooper Kupp owner was decimated at RB and you could find a way to get Puka or, you know, give a, I would be tempted to give up both, to be honest.
I'll definitely look into that. The Devonta Smith owner also has Cooper Kupp, so that's definitely an option.
Yeah, I mean, I think fair market value, you shouldn't give up both. You know, Stevenson looks like he might be maybe rebounding a little bit, which is fantastic. So I guess try not to. But if it was the right receiver, like Cooper Kupp, I would. But for Devonta Smith or, you know, try not to. Try to do one. I just don't know that he's going to do that. You might have to make it like a 2 for 2. Like, give up both. When I say give up both, I don't mean 2 for 1. I mean, you give up Stevenson, you give up Swift, you get Deebo. You give up Stevenson, you give up Swift, you get Devonta Smith, and then they give you something else back. Like, hey, that Calvin Ridley looks like garbage. Why don't you send him back as a drop? And then all of a sudden, I'm liking the deal. All right, later, Jason. Appreciate it.
All right, Blair, thank you.
Theo from Illinois. All right, Theo, good job. Good talk, Theo. Okay, that's it for the phone calls. Phone calls are done. Thomas, Theo, you sharded the bed, Theo. Phone calls are done for now. Call back when we do another live. 10-man PPR, 2 wide receiver, 2 flex. I just traded Howell, Aaron Jones, Olave to the Burrow owner for Eckler. So Howell, Aaron Jones, Olave. That is quite a bit for Eckler. It's quite a bit, but looking at your team, you got Eckler, Achane, Waddle, Dell, Kyron. You could easily win your league with that team, Thomas. I think it's an overpay, but it might be an appropriate move considering what you got there. $10 hauler from my boy Alan. Appreciate Alan. Alan to the moon.
To the moon.
Alan, broski. Full PPR 10-team 2 QB. I have Hurts, Love, Swift, Aaron Jones, Javonte, Breece, Gibbs, Amari, AJ Brown, Tank Dell, Kittle, and McBride. Should I trade Swift and Kittle for Fields in London? I have Hurts, Love, Swift, Aaron Jones. Tank Dell, Kittle, McBride. Should I trade Swift? And why would you? Is it? Oh, 2 QB league. Okay. Yeah. Looking. You know what? I'm gonna say, trust your gut on this one. And chat, does the chat agree or disagree? Are we going with Fields by losing a lot of this depth, or are we gonna end up saying, hey, let's trust Love in this situation as the second quarterback? Do we trust Love to maybe deliver some production to the point where we don't want to get rid of Swift? Because it's not like, but I mean, you've got good RBs. What I would be tempted to do with Swift and Kittle is turn that into a Cooper Kupp or something and then just roll with Love because you already got production coming out of that spot. Fields is no guarantee for anything. He's exciting. Most certainly could be electric down the stretch, but he also gives us that vibe that it could go either way. So, like, to get rid of Kittle on his high value, to get rid of Swift, I don't know. I'd be more tempted to go get that wide receiver spot, Allen. I think that would be a little bit more better use of the resources you have, given that Love is still, trade DJ Moore, Deontay for Stevenson and Adams. I would trade DJ Moore and Deontay for Adams straight up. You're telling me you can get Stevenson as well, Terry? You should have already smashed that trade. Are you looking to buy Chase? Hunter, go watch the part on Chase. We ranted on this already. In a nutshell, I'm not saying I won't answer the question still, but I mean, you want more details on how I feel about Chase, what I do with Chase. Rewatch that part of that segment. But I mean, I don't think so. Like, this is not a situation. He's scared for a good reason, Hunter. You are the ambulance chasing owner in this situation that I described, that Chase owners should try and utilize to get rid of Chase. And that's not a knock on you, Hunter. It's just that you have the nature of trying to get this bargain. You're like, this bargain, it's a steal. There's a red dot on the sweater. I could buy this sweater 50% off because it's got a little red ink stain that no one's going to notice. That's Hunter. Hunter, you know you're doing that when you're at the consignment store and you see the sweater. It's cashmere like on Seinfeld. Nice cashmere, $100 sweater on sale, 80% off. This thing's going for $20 because it's got a little, maybe you could even put the collar over it, a little ink stain right there. $20 sweater, normally $100. Buy it. That's what you're doing, Hunter. I'm not saying don't buy them dirt cheap. Like, so Hunter, depends what we're talking about. But I certainly don't know that I'm excited about this situation on any level for Jamar Chase. He feels like that sweater. He's got the ink stain now. I don't know that he's going to go do anything but a 65 and a tutty on a rarer occasion than we hope. And then he's going to be that 70-yard, 65-yard, 80-yard guy with no touchdowns. I don't know. It depends on what you could get. It depends on what you can give up. If you're talking about giving up like an Olave, like we talked about earlier, that's something to maybe consider, I guess. But even that, I mean, maybe Olave's way better than Chase going forward. $4.99 Holler, 12 PPR have Waddle, Hopkins, Pickens, Fields, Mahomes, Hall, HN, Kyron, B-Rob. Trade Kyron for Hollywood. Step slow. Don't take offense to taking a lap. Everybody takes laps. It's a healthy thing to do. But what in the hell are you talking about? Trading Kyron Williams for Hollywood Brown. Number one, you've waited on Kyron this entire time. You've waited on Kyron this entire time. And now you're going to send him off for a Hollywood Brown who's got upside. I'm not saying he's garbage, good man. But what in the hell are we doing? This is a top 5 running back pre-injury that's coming back, and we're going to send him shipped off for a wide receiver 3? Not on my watch, Step Slow. Hell no.
You've just been...
You trade Kyron for Cooper Kupp, Step Slow. You trade Kyren for, at the very least, a Puka Nacua. You throw up in your mouth a little bit because it doesn't feel like a top 5 wide receiver, but he could play 6 to 10. So you throw up in your mouth and you say, it's okay. I still like Puka Nacua. Come on over, Puka. Red Rover, send Puka right over. But Hollywood Brown? I don't think so. Step slow. Respect Kyren. Keep Kyren's name out of your mouth. If you can't, maybe go after DJ Moore. Still not enough. Step slow. Appreciate your super chat. Don't take offense to that. Sometimes tough love is still love. Start 2. Pollard, Monty, Achane. I mean, geez. Monty and Achane, as long as he's playing and good to go and there's no weird, whatever. Memes, $5 hauler. Would you feel comfortable sending a late 24 first and Christian Watson for Derrick Henry if you're trying to win it all? Okay, so comfortable sending a late 24 first for Christian Watson and Christian Watson for Derrick Henry if you're trying to win it all. I would say I don't know that Henry's guaranteeing you this push over the edge. I don't think I'm doing that. I think I'm going after a different player. I'm taking a different gamble. And this is a dynasty league, so is Pollard available where you at least get some of the potential future value on top of it? Now, could Henry be better than Pollard? Could Pollard get replaced next week? It's certainly possible. But I just feel like I'd rather take that little dynasty gamble on the doubted player and keep that in mind with the trade. Trying to win. It also depends on how much money you're going to win, if this is the only thing you can do. I don't hate it. I'm not going to disapprove the idea, but I certainly don't feel like that is the most advantageous move to use the first rounder. I'd rather try to get something that can help me also in the future. This one here, $10 hauler from Casio. Casio, appreciate you. Casio says, with Burrow out, T takes a hit. Absolutely. My wide receivers are T, Garrett Wilson, Evans, Hollywood. God, you got the all wide receiver that has quarterbacks down for the season crew here. Evans, Hollywood, JSN. I have a trade offer for Garrett Wilson for Bijan. I take Bijan. Trade one of my running backs, AK Saquon. Trade Saquon for Kupp, for Puka Nacua, for even Devonta Smith, and go get Bijan, and then we're in business, bro. Casio, that might be the maneuvers to make. This one here from Terrell with a freaking $20 hauler.
Alert. Super chat alert.
It's my boy with a 20 watt on screen. Achane or Calvin? LOL, says Terrell. Yeah, that one was shocking. And I still like Ridley. I mean, but come on. Trade Barkley, Addison, Hollywood for Kelsey, Debo, Ford. Trade Addison, Hollywood. Yeah, bro, I would take Kelsey alone. Maybe it would be an overpay, but worth it. And you're getting Debo and Ford. Jeez,
Got him.
unbelievable. Some of the trades you guys make is just unreal. This is from Red. Red says, hey, Smitty, can I call in real quick? I have a trade question for you. Red with a $20 hauler. Absolutely. Call in, Red. The phone lines are open again briefly. I closed them because I had to get through some super chats, but I will open them briefly again. Phone lines are open. And this one's from Lewis. Oh, and that's a $20 hauler.
Alert. Super chat alert.
$20 hauler. Thank you very much, Red, and I'll wait for your call. Hey, Smitty, 2 flex league. My starters are Achane, Javonte, Amon-Ra, Dell, Warren, Komet. I got Ridley, Keaton, Taysom, JSN. I lost Burrow. I have to start Love. What do I do? I'm keeping Achane. I'm keeping Amon-Ra. I'm keeping Evans because I don't think Evans can be sold high enough. Your only move is to you either ride it out, bro, or you're trying your best to trade Javonte high for, a quarterback. Javonte for Tua is not crazy. It isn't. If you need a quarterback that badly, so maybe you explore that. I would certainly try and get a bigger name quarterback if possible. But Red, what's up, Red?
Hey, brother, real quick, man. I got out for a trade for Swift. It's Addison and Schultz, the Houston tight end. Now, I had
Hold on, bro. Give me the trade.
I
You're kind of saying
Swift. It's Swift for Addison and Schultz.
Addison and Schultz.
Jordan Addison and Dalton Schultz.
Okay, and you're getting. Which side are you getting?
No, I'm getting the Addison side. He's getting Swift from me.
And
I haven't made the trade yet.
And your tight end is who if you don't get Schultz?
Andrews.
And you don't have any other tight end?
Nope.
I don't hate this move. I think Addison could very well be as valuable as Swift. I lean Swift if I can because he's an RB, the scarcity of it. I do have hope that he kind of pushes through this little wall he's hitting. But at the end of the day, bro, you're getting a top, I don't want to call him top 5 tight end, but he's capable of dancing there. 6 to 12, we'll call it. I mean, that's a wide range. If anybody says he's not 6, he's 6 to 12. I mean, some weeks he'll be here, some weeks he'll be here. So you call him an 8, 7 to 8 or whatever. But capable. Look, Addison can be any sort of wide receiver too at any moment in time, and JJ coming back might even make this more true. We don't even know how that's going to work, but I would say I'm Smitty approving this. I don't necessarily love it, but I mean,
do you hear the team?
Yeah, briefly.
I got Jalen Hurts, Swift, my main running back. Ford is my backup running back. AJ Brown, Tank Dell, Andrews, DJ Moore, Javonte Williams, double flex league.
Yeah.
Kicker doesn't matter. And then my bench is Dobbs, Robinson,
yeah,
Gabe Davis, Watson.
Who's your quarterback?
So I have my starting quarterback is Jalen Hurts, and my backup is Dobbs.
Yeah, so I hate to, like, after we're seeing quarterbacks go down left or right, this is a risky proposition, but, you know, go look at the Burrow owner and just see what they have. And if they have nobody, I'm just saying, you're entering week 11, you could risk the biscuit and say, you know, let's just have a conversation about Dobbs and maybe you upgrade something greatly. You know, I don't know, just conversations I'd have, but you're good. You're good to go. You could do the trade.
You go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Later, brother.
All right, later, bro. Rock out. Mars man, rock out.
Yeah, he changed his mind and said I can only get Murray for Ferguson and Scary Terry.
Murray for Fergie.
And McLaurin.
And Terry. I mean, you need a quarterback, bro. I think Murray's worth it. He is capable of being a 20-plus per start quarterback in fantasy, scrambling around very effectively, I might add, when we watch him on Sunday. So I'm okay with this. Look, it's win a league, or I shouldn't say win a league. It's salvage your ability to win the league move. I Smitty approve that.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Owner, and they'd probably just give Fergie for Purdy, or I can also get probably Fields.
Fields for Ferguson?
Possibly. I mean, he needs a tight end. He lost Andrews. He's more desperate than the Tua owner.
What does the chat think of that? I would love to know what the chat thinks of that. That's a tough one, bro.
But if I give up McLaurin, I'm basically forfeiting L this week. And I'm 5-5 right now.
Purdy's pretty solid, bro. I mean, I don't know that he's like, I don't know that he's fantastic. Let me just get this on screen here. Hold on a second. Let me copy this over. I don't know that he's fantastic, but I certainly feel like he's for Ferguson. Who's your starting tight end again?
Kincaid.
Yeah, I'd probably rather have Purdy, I think, than that situation. If you can keep sorry, I'm trying to get this over here. I'm distracted. If you can keep McLaurin and just get Purdy for Ferguson, I'd probably do that. Does everybody agree on that one? Would you rather have Murray, or would you rather have Purdy? And if you have Purdy, you get to keep McLaurin. If not, you got to give up for Murray. You got to give up McLaurin and Ferguson. So, guys, come in with your thoughts if you could help Rock out with his dilemma here. Hold on 1 second, bro. All right, hang tight, Rock out. Just mute yourself real quick. I'll let you sit there for a second. Let's go over to Arthur from Texas. Or no, let's go to Theo from Illinois. Theo, you ready this time? You're live, Theo.
Yeah, I'm ready. Sorry I hung up last time.
You hung up at the wrong time,
would
too.
you start Kirk or Nico? Christian Kirk or Nico Collins?
Kirk or Nico? Sorry, my focus. There we go. Kirk or Nico. I like Nico a lot still. I think they rotate in a way that doesn't scare me. But I think, Kirk is probably safest, and while we wait for Nico to come back to full strength and look great. But I mean, you want to take a little gamble. I'm fine with either one, but I guess I lean for safety. I lean Kirk. For upside with more risk, I lean Nico, just because you don't know when he's going to be 100% and all that. But that's a tough one though, bro. Hey, let me see if we can get the chat to vote on it. Chat, vote in the chat, please. Nico or Kirk? Kirk or Nico? And let's see if we can get you a better answer, bro. A little group think. Vote in the chat.
All right, cool.
All right, thanks. Appreciate you. Later. Theo to the moon. Let's go over to James from Texas. James, you're live.
Hey, Smitty. I'm thinking about trading Keenan Allen for 2 lesser receivers. I'm just kind of nervous about my second receiver being Higgins, and I don't know if I should rock with him going forward, considering what happened to Burrow. I could send Keenan and hopefully get Olave and Zay Flowers. What do you think of that?
I'd take Keenan Allen.
So I still rock with.
I mean, Keenan Allen's on fire right now. You're gonna go. I like Flowers. He had a long touchdown call back. Damn Odell, man. Flowers and who was the other receiver? Flowers and Olave.
Olave. That's who I was asking for Keenan. They're pretty good, and I think that's worth for Keenan.
I don't know. I don't know that it's worth Keenan. I don't think so.
And just rock with Higgins.
I don't think so. I'm taking Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's blowing up, bro. Okay. I think you're buying Flowers as if Flowers scored his touchdown last night and he didn't. He looked good. He did look good, but I don't know. And the thing about it though is Flowers should be going upward because with Andrews out, he probably will be leaned on a little bit more. So I want to say trust your gut. Keenan Allen could go out and tear something. He's an older player. And then you could have Flowers and Olave, and you're pissed at me, and you never watch my show again. Make sure you trust your own gut. And it's certainly not take a lap, big, long lap worthy. But I think the majority of everybody in this chat, let's get a vote. Maybe I'm wrong. Chat, vote. Keenan Allen or Olave Flowers? I have a feeling everybody's going to say to you, bro, you should be getting more. It's not that you shouldn't make the trade necessarily, but you need to be getting more. The fair market value for Keenan Allen is through the roof. The fair market value for Olave is still very shaky, bro. And the fair market value for Flowers is unrealized and not respected yet. Doesn't mean it won't happen. Doesn't mean he won't be good. But you are not getting anywhere near the fair market value for Keenan Allen right now.
Okay. How are we feeling about... I lost Andrews too, but I'm replacing with McBride. How do I feel about that? Am I solid? I'll be okay there?
Say that again.
I lost Andrews as well, but I got McBride.
Yeah, McBride's great.
Taking his spot.
That's good. I mean, yeah, he's a top 6 to 12, and that's a wide range, but we have to respect the 6. We also have to respect that there's a lot of other tight ends. Yeah, so go. Let's see what the chat says. Allen's injury, they're scared a little. Some people are a little scared about Allen, but that's very few people in here. Like, Allen's older. He's dealing with injuries. He had a AC sprain, it seems, but he went back into the game and scored a touchdown. But playing on that could lead to an injury, and he's older, like I said. That's why I said that this man needs to trust his gut, James Arthur, because if I'm wrong and injury strikes, he's going to be pissed off, never want to watch the show again. You got to trust your gut. But Keenan Allen came in after he injured his shoulder and scored a touchdown and looks like, it's not going to hold him back. And he's going to have a whole week to get that shoulder back right, so I'm not too worried. I think about 90% of the chat is saying Keenan Allen without a hesitation. And the only other people in here that aren't saying Keenan Allen loudly are merely just saying, hey, his shoulder injury is a little bit scary. You're not wrong to maybe try and trade, but why not go after something different? Why not use Keenan Allen and go get a Cooper Kupp plus something, or go get a Debo plus something pretty solid. Do something along those lines. I don't know that I'm going to go after that packet. I like Flowers again, but I don't. You're selling Keenan Allen as if he's not a top 5-6 wide receiver right now. All right, James.
All right.
Call back if you got another one.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Al from New York, you're live, bro.
Hey, Smitty, what's up, man?
What's up?
I got 2 questions, both waiver related. What defense do I pick up? I'm looking at Tennessee, the Seahawks, Texans, or Packers.
Let me pull the schedule on here. That's not it. I just want to take a look at away and home matchups. Where in the hell is my schedule? Hold on, let me send it to my screen. That's a tough one, bro. There's no other better options out there.
The highest projected one is the Giants, but I'm not touching them with Howell the way he's playing.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. I don't know that you have like great options here. I'd say for this week though, you've got Houston playing like fire on offense, going up against a Cardinal defense Cardinal offense that is still trying to get its feet under itself. And so, like, is there capability of some turnovers there? Sure. So, like, that's not a crazy, I guess, bet to take in a way. Let me just drop this over on screen. 1 second. Okay. Just want everybody to be able to visualize this with me. And I thought I had this on screen, but I don't. So let me drag it over 1 second, bro. All right, here it is. Schedule. And then your other team was your other teams are Seattle. Seattle is on the road, right? Yeah, Rams. I don't know. I'm not touching that. Green Bay. Green Bay is at home, right? Chargers. I mean, not good. Titans. Jacksonville. I mean, maybe there's some opportunity there, but I think maybe this is going to be the bounce back game for the Jags. I guess, I'm going to roll with the offense of Houston, getting up and making Kyler force it and just trying to figure out how to, maybe there's still some like great Kyler play and the Cardinals play tough, but they're turning the ball over. They're trying too hard at the end or whatever. It's not a good matchup for you. Like these are not good decisions, but I roll with this team because their offense is humming
And I think that's going to lead to some reciprocation and opportunity on defense. But that's it. That's it. Houston.
Yeah, that's what I was leaning to because they have also a great run toward the end of the season for the playoffs. They face like Carolina and Atlanta, something like that, I think. But my second question was also about picking up a tight end. I got Taysom Hill on bye. I was thinking the top 4 guys right now are Logan Thomas, Kate Otten, Luke Musgrave, and Parham, who I was thinking because Everett is out, Keenan banged up. There's a chance he might get something, but those are the 4.
I'd probably lean Musgrave because I think Musgrave's the biggest talent. But, I mean, your Parham lean isn't crazy. I could see him scoring a touchdown. He does that once in a while, so Parham's not bad. But Musgrave feels like the highest potential guy. I'd probably go Musgrave. I like Musgrave a lot. I also think that Green Bay could be trailing in this game. It's at home. I think a lot of throwing could be done. I think Love is definitely a questionable player right now, but he's definitely capable of slinging it at the end of the game when they're losing, and I'd probably roll with Musgrave, but that's me. All right, got to run, Sebastian. This is Al. Al, appreciate you. Call back if you got another one. Sebastian, hey, actually, you know what, guys? Mute real quick on hold. Let me get through these super chats real quick, and then I'll come right back. Haney dropping $100 hauler. Haney, you still here? I'm sorry, I just saw this. Goodness gracious, bro.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Haney coming in strong. I just saw this. Sorry if this is off topic, but what are your thoughts on why they have HN averaging in the 11s in the next few weeks on sleeper? Weeks 11, week 12, 11, etc. So big wigs don't believe in him. They have like algorithm projection type things that run that. I bet there's not a human being that's like, oh, here's what I think it's just like an algorithm. What's his average, or what's the average of a player, a rookie, like a snap share, like it probably takes into consideration all that stuff. What's his snap share usage? Okay, what's the typical player? Don't even, just enjoy that people are seeing that in leagues where you don't own them and you could trade for them. But it's a great question, but it has no real relevance to anything specific, like in terms of what we think or what could happen. Don't even fret it, bro. Projections and algorithms for projected points are stupid. Not to mention, it's also factoring in that he's going to maybe be struggling on his way back and all that. And we're hearing everything's great. He's back in tune with everything. Miami Mike said that hasn't missed a beat in practice in terms of play calls and knowing the offense and knowing the schemes and knowing what to do and where to be, which is really what you want to hear from a young rookie running back that's missed a lot of time. And you're hearing from his head coach that he's very excited about how he looks in practice, that he's picking up things right where he left off, knows where to be, not missing assignments, not putting his quarterback in a vulnerable spot by him supposed to be in a certain place, run a certain route, be in a certain territory on the field, and have Tua deliver a designed play, designed throw, designed dump off to him, and he's not there, and Tua gets leveled. Like, it's wonderful news the way that Miami Mike's been talking about him. Haney, where's Haney? Haney, you still here? I want to make sure he's still here. Where's my boy Haney? Is he here? Haney to the moon, bro. Where's he at? Let me see if he's here. Haney. Where's he at? Haney, speak up. Are you here, Haney? Oh, God, tell me he didn't drop that and leave and not know that we're celebrating the man's absolute menace behavior in this live chat right now and live stream. Where is he? Haney, come on, Haney. Where are you, Haney? Be here, Haney. Be here. I don't see him. Thank you for that super chat, young man. Absolute menace, bro. And actually, Haney's here. Yeah, bro. Thanks.
Let's go, mashed potatoes.
Yeah, buddy. Haney to the freaking moon, bro. To the freaking moon. Where is it? Where is this? Let's go. What's the last super chat? Young got Kincaid, 0.5, trade Kittle and Kyron for Kamara. No, I think Kyron and Kamara are almost dead even, bro. One could even say they like Kyron more. You're just giving away a Kittle. You need to use Kittle for a different purpose, my guy. $10 hauler from Mad. Appreciate you, Mad, with the 10 spot on screen here. Warren on waivers. Okay, you need to grab them. Dotson, JSN, Christian Watson, or Tyson Chandler, Ty Chandler. Running backs for Achane, Gibbs, Bijan, Mitchell. Who are we dropping? Probably, I would say, if it was me, I would drop Dotson. But that's tough because Dotson, Watson, they're both struggling. They both are players capable of bouncing back or not bouncing back. I'm trading Hawkinson for Ayuk plus Madison. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's not a trade I would do, to be honest with you. Wait, hold on. Let me go back to that real quickly. Trading Hawkinson for Ayuk. Yeah, I'd rather have Hawkinson, bro. I think you can get a little more than Ayuk for Hawkinson. I think you'd be surprised at how little you'd have to add in to get Cooper Kupp. I think you'd be surprised that you could get a Puka Nacua straight up for Hawkinson. I don't like this at all. 6-4, 10-team PPR. Hurts, ETN, Breece Hall, Pollard, Mitchell. Who should I package and target? Hurts, ETN, Breece, Pollard, Mitchell, Charbonnet, Jefferson, Chase. It's a great team. I think, if anything, you're standing down or you're trying to like upgrade Pollard a tiny bit into an Achane, into a JT, into an Eckler, using Addison, using like Chase and Pollard for Eckler. Like maybe you're doing that. Into a Chase and Addison into a Diggs, Chase and Addison into a Lamb Chops, Chase and Addison into a St. Brown. Like trying to get out of that risky Jamar Chase game might be my very, very top move to be trying to make right now. Kyle Woods with a $5 looking to unload. Make a trade before the deadline. Maybe 2-for-1. Hurts, Achane, Kamara, K9, Diggs, Dell, Kelsey, Ridley, Olave, Sharbs. Maybe an Olave and K9 for that Eckler type or that top 3, top 4 wide receiver. Olave and K9 for a top 3, top 4 wide receiver or a top 5 RB is the only way to go with this team. I don't think I'm trading Ridley. I'm sorry, Kelsey. Ridley you can't even get rid of. So just hold him. I'm not trading Kelsey. I'm not trading Kamara. Maybe Olave and Kamara for like. I mean, I don't think you're going to get CMC. It depends on the CMC, the state of the team that owns CMC. What does it look like for him? What do the playoffs look like for him? Have they been hurting lately? Have they lost a lot of other players to injury? If so, maybe an Olave and Kamara actually gets it done. But I highly doubt it. But you could try that. But past that, I don't think Kyle. You got a team that's gonna be fine. Don't panic or make a weird move. $5 hauler. Lost Andrews got offer McBride, Dell, Bijan, and Mostert for CMC. No. I think you need to go get. That's ridiculous overreaction, bro. CMC should not be in your plans to replace Andrews, and the guy you're getting back is McBride. That's not a good enough trade. You're trading for Bijan as if Bijan's going nuts already. I'm not saying he can't, but that's not the move to make. You go after something cheaper than that. Started Andrews last night, need 2 and a flex. McBride, Dell, Collins, Cooper, Achane, Henderson. I'm going to go Achane. I'm going to go Dell. And I'd probably go Collins, man. That's tough to start those two guys, but there's probably not a better team to make that gamble on because I think they both could do well. I think Stroud's playing that well. Hey, Smitty, got 2 offers sent to me. First, Mahomes and Pollard for Purdy, Achane, and JJ. Second offer, Kamara and Laporta for Eckler. Purdy, Achane. Let's see, Mahomes and Pollard for Purdy and Achane. I don't want to get rid of Mahomes. I love getting Achane, but second offer, Kamara and Laporta for Eckler. I'd probably rather have the Eckler side of this trade. I suppose you could Laporta, Kamara for Eckler, Mahomes, and Pollard. You could technically do both, but Purdy, and JJ. I'm sorry, I just saw the JJ. Okay, I'm sorry. Mahomes and Pollard for Purdy, Achane, and JJ. I didn't see that. Smash that. Purdy, Achane, JJ for Mahomes and Pollard. Smash the hell out of that trade. That's an absolute 100% smash.
You've just been.
I didn't see JJ until that. I looked at it again. Dobbs, Pollard, Swift, Allen, Nakua, Schultz, Dell, starting Pacheco, Love, Wilson, Singletary. You kind of want more running backs. Any moves? Is anybody going to buy Pollard and Swift right now? Probably not, my guy. Keenan Allen on the high? Maybe. Nakua, I don't think people are buying Nakua high right now. Your only sell high move is Allen, and you know, what do you do? I don't know that you could potentially try and trade like Pacheco. Want more running backs? Any moves? You got Pollard, Pacheco, Swift, Singletary. I don't know what you can do here. I would say maybe you trade Allen, then you got Dell and Nakua, which isn't awful, but I don't know. I think if you want running backs, you almost got to trade like a running back and Dell, like Swift and Dell for like JT, Pollard and Dell for Achane and get lucky. Pollard and Dell for JT, Pollard and Dell for Kyron. If you want to do a move like that, probably have to use Dell. That's the only move you can really do because you're kind of stacked in a way that like getting an RB, you'd have to give a receiver up, I think, in conjunction with an RB. But watch the fantasy YouTube. Doctors say Logan Wilson was out for blood and trying to hurt Lamar. Okay. Thank you, Racing Boy. Appreciate you. Racing Boy to the moon. Racing Boy to the moon. Start JSN or Wilson or over D-Hop. Michael Wilson. I'd probably go Hopkins, bro. I mean, he's so capable of like being dormant and then just coming out and popping off, and I don't know. But that's not, I mean, Michael Wilson's okay. Forgot to mention I have JJ IR in the playoffs at the moment. JJ is such a nice player to have if you're built for the playoffs. If you're not, you almost have to trade him, and I have a whole video on that. It's not that I don't believe he can play next week or this week or whatever, but it's not trending in the right direction right now, and if he sits this week, he's probably a strong candidate to sit next week, so it's something you just got to be concerned about. Traded my Tyreek plus K9 for Achane Cup Waddle. I would rather have Achane Cup Waddle over the Tyreek side. And that says a lot because Tyreek's hard to trade right now. Dark Knight, $5 hauler. What's up, big dog? What offer should I expect? Got offered Eckler and Garrett Wilson for my Skywalker and Cup, or Cup and Monty. Eckler and Garrett Wilson for Cup and Skywalker. I think this is pretty close. I'd probably lean Eckler a little bit. And I'd probably rather have Monty than Skywalker for the moment. But I like the Eckler side by a hair. But just by a little bit. And hopes that Garrett Wilson continues to play well. Have Chase in both leagues. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Ian, second place in both 10-mans. Andrews won as well. Felt like a run was about to happen. This sucks. Any Chase trades? We covered that extensively on the show. And I would say like Achane straight up will be a home run. Debo and something for Jamar Chase would be a home run. Still buying Keaton Mitchell with something big so that Mitchell's free is also a potential possibility still, even though everyone's going to want to run away from Mitchell. It's just an additional like throw-in. It's not anything crazy. I think, going after a JT for Chase would be amazing. I think if I was to give you any advice, Ian, I would say not very many people are just going to say, hey, I'll take Chase and I'll give you this player, one player that you like a little better. It's going to be, you need to probably give up Chase and something to get one player. So you're going to probably have to package something to do. Ziggy, show me the front door. I'm live right now. Who the hell is at my door? Oh, it's the mailman. Ziggy off. And Twisted with the super chat, and then I'm going to go to the phone lines, and then I gotta clear out because I got to come back for the 6 o'clock show. $20 hauler, my guy.
Alert. Super chat alert.
$20 super
Twisted can't decide who to play this week. Non-PPR, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex, tight end, Sam Laporta, Trey McBride. You go Laporta. Keenan Allen, Jalen Waddle, Puka. It's Puka and Allen. And then it's between Waddle and Dell. Dell is safer. Waddle's tough to sit, though. Jacobs, Jameer Gibbs, Tony. You're sitting Tony. Oh, no, H-hand. Bro, Twisted, you got to make a trade. This is ridiculous. If I had to start 2, I'm starting in Jacobs. How do you even decide that? You're going to get this wrong every single time. Make a trade. Goodness, man. Make a trade. What are you doing sitting on all this talent? 2 running backs and a flex? What are you going to do? If Achan's playing, you're playing him. If Gibbs is playing, I'm playing him. Keenan Allen and Puka, I'm playing them. And then really, you're sitting Dell or Waddle because you probably need to put Jacobs in there. So that would be what I would do, but what I really would do is make a trade. All right, real quickly, Grant from Cali, you got 30 seconds because I got to clear the line out and come back for the 8 p.m. show. Go.
Thanks, Minnie. Just a quick question from last night. You, at the 10-minute mark of your stream last night, you absolutely ripped into Sean R. for saying Joe Burrow is probably out. Your reasoning for that was because he was fine, he had his headset on, he ran back to the locker room. I want to know why you were coping so much, because Brock Purdy did the same thing. And
because there was no evidence.
Absolutely ran through Sean last night. You
because he had no evidence.
Down on Sean, right?
Because he had no evidence.
And then this is what happened. Say, you need to take a lap today, Smitty.
No, Grant, I don't need to take anything because number one, he had no evidence. He said he's out for the year. We didn't know. We didn't know. He could have said, I fear he's out for the year. He said he's out for the year. We had no idea. There was no indication he was out for the year. There are people that come in the chat and they spread rumors and they say, hey, so-and-so's done for the year. So-and-so's done for the year. The way he presented it, Grant, was as if he was done for the year and we didn't have any sort of indication whatsoever.
He was probably out.
He said done for the year.
This is one of your takes that I've heard listeners for a while that's aged like milk. I'm a little disappointed in you. You talked down to one of your viewers because he's taking a guess, and now you look like a fool today.
Hey Grant, guess.
Finish him. Call terminated.
If anybody thinks that in my chat you could come in and say somebody's done for the year, we're going to say no. You can't come in and spread misinformation in the chat about a player and then people make decisions off it. So yeah, we did tear into it. There was zero information on it. Just because someone says something and that it ends up coming true doesn't mean anything, Grant. Doesn't mean anything. You could say, oh, Lamar Jackson's going to be done for the year. And then they do an x-ray this morning and they say, oh, something is actually gone wrong with his ankle. Get out of here, Grant. Unbelievable. Some people just want attention. Okay, real quickly, let's go over to Sebastian from Cali. Go.
The Chase owner, he's on the cusp of playoffs, but he also has Keenan Allen, and I'd rather have Allen. Would you do Smith and Waddle for Allen?
Smith and Waddle for Allen. Smith and Waddle. That's not bad. Yeah, Smith and Waddle for Allen. Smith and Waddle for Allen. That's not bad. Smith and Waddle. What do you guys think? Vote in the chat. Smith and Waddle for Allen. Vote in the chat.
You got Myers in his flex, and I have to bench one of them anyway when JJ comes back.
Yeah, vote on that in the chat. All right, thank you, Sebastian. We'll see what the vote goes to later. All right, I'm out of here. I'll be back for the 8 p.m. show. Appreciate all my super chatters. Oh, God, we just got a whole plethora of super chats coming. I Haney dropping a... Is this a new one? Sorry, this is off topic. No, this is not. Okay. Is that new? No, that's not new. Okay. This one here is from... maybe I just didn't clear these out. Forgot to mention I have JJ. Okay, I might have not just cleared these out. Twisted. I got Twisteds. I got Dark Knights. Okay. Here we go. I think we got 2 more super chats. This one here, Lost Joe B, half PPR, trade my CMC for ETN and Tua. I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's enough, bro. Trade my CMC for ETN and Tua. I think you did this twice. Appreciate the double super chat, by the way. I think it's not enough for CMC. I'll probably get more. Grant tried to clown you. Mike Thomas going crazy. Yeah, sure, Garrett. Sure, Garrett on that. Look, I'll say this one more time. For Grant, for everybody else in here. If you come in and you say something like he's out for the year, which is what was said last night. He didn't say, I think he's out for the year. Everybody in here saying, oh, he's right. He said he's out for the year. There was no indication that he was out for the year. And you can guess when somebody goes off the field, runs to the locker room, you say he's out for the year. That's one thing. That's all I said. You cannot say he's out for the year. He wasn't out for the year. There was no indication whatsoever. There was no test that was done. Nothing. And so you are going to be called out on saying that in the chat because we want to make sure people are not making trades off of something that isn't true. A lot of people say he's done. They come in and they try and clown and troll and say he's done for the year. And we clarify. And we're going to continue to. And people can like it or they can not like it. It doesn't really matter. All right. I'll see you all later. Appreciate you. Peace out. See you at the 8 p.m. show. Deuces. We got two super chats real quick. Olave for Kirk. What is this one? Olave for Kirk. Hold on. Olave for Kirk. I'm going Olave. Kirk over Terry. That one's even. That one's even. Want to make sure you got my super chat. Paul, let me look for it. Want to make sure you got my super chat. All right, hold on. Paul M. Hey, was offered JT Hollywood Fields for my Hall Dell Kincaid. I had Burrow backups are Kyler and Kittle. Was offered JT Hollywood and Fields for Hall Dell Kincaid. That's pretty close, bro. I lean toward you have Kyler and Kittle. You don't necessarily need Fields. I mean, you could use him, but I guess I would say chat, vote on this one. Vote on this one. Fields, Hollywood, JT, knowing he has Kyler and Kittle, or Hall, Dell, Kincaid. I guess I lean the JT side by a hair, but then I'm trying to trade Kyler or Fields. But that's a really, really close, bro. Hopefully that helped you out. And chat, please vote in the chat. That's a real tough one. And Dark Knight with the final super chat. Got offered Keenan Allen for Jamar Chase. I'd rather have Keenan Allen at this moment in time. It is what it is. It could go 100 different directions, but there it is. Do it live. Appreciate you. See you all at 6 p.m. Or my time, 6 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern.
Motion detected at the backyard.
Hold on. This is like the Marvel movies. You never know when we're coming back. Let's see. 91, you said you're not sure if I got to your super chat. You didn't super chat. Oh, you did a member message. Okay. Yeah. Trade, I had Mark Andrews. I just got, let's see. Trade, I had Mark Andrews. I just got Dallas. I don't know what you're asking here. Let's see here. Trade. I had Mark Andrews. I just got tight end Dallas. You talking about Dallas Goedert? Meg, I'm gonna sit here for a second and just get your clarification on this, and then I got to roll. So let me know what you're asking here. Hit me with it real quick, while we fade to the outro. Thank you, Dark Knight. Appreciate you for your super chat. Motion detected in the backyard. What are we doing back there? All right, answer me in the comments right now, and I'll yell my answer. Yep, Dark Knight, Keenan Allen. Margarita, I'm still waiting for the clarification. Maybe you left. If you got Ferguson, I don't mind Ferguson at all. Hit me on the next show. We'll be live at 8 p.m. All right, I'm out of here. I'll try to wait for you.